State of League any better or still a bad game? It's pretty solid. It's gonna be even better next patch. So I tweeted this. I lied a little bit, but I want to give them positive feedback. So season 30 will be awesome. I feel like they have a clear goal and are swift to react. There are many things I would still like to see change, but the direction is very promising. And I agree. I stand by what I said. I don't know if the state of season 13 will be awesome, but I really agree with this. So what is happening here is look at the changes instantly, okay? This is the first time Riot has done this. Riot has done the impossible. They never do this. And I'll tell you why. Look, system seems right with a tilde. So we're doing champ changes. Tanks are weak, barring individual outlier synergy. Yeah, I agree. Like, they're gonna buff some tanks. I don't know why they're buffing Kane. Kane should never be buffed in a million years, but whatever. The general direction is pretty solid. They're nerfing Hydra. Again, instant response. Jungle adjustment. They're nerfing jungle, which is the biggest point. Here, minor changes, like, but they should definitely deal with stuff like Zed and Split Pushers who got buffed. Their win rate is skyrocketing right now, as of obviously. Jungle. Everything in jungle getting slightly changed. They're lowering quite a lot of shit. Experience, gold, all of that. I'm really happy about that. It's gonna stop jungle from being this like pointless role where you're always strong and always fed. So another good point. Objective planning. Pinging spawn timer won't trigger a vote and auto fire disabled. I really like this. I feel like, and I commented this, they're realizing things so fast. This is the first time that I've seen Riot actively admit mistake so fucking fast, okay? Like, they've added a new thing pre-season. We've been in pre-season for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Boom! They did like a 13, what is it, 1322B? And then they changed it immediately to this. So they did 2 quick patches where they're like addressing the biggest issues with the game. Do you know what is this? I haven't tweeted about this. Imagine you release something and then you immediately backtrack. I really respect how you're able to instantly change jungle stuff back, as it's evidently terrible for the game, as it was the biggest issue in the game. Not holding on to bad design, refusing to admit a mistake. This is what happened before, okay? Remember, Rengar update was one of the big ones. They said, we hate Rengar that can one-shot people randomly, like without counterplay. They made him worse. Right after they said that, they made him worse and it gave him less counterplay. And they held on for a year, for an entire year. They held on and they slightly changed him after. But they couldn't do it because of ego, and they didn't want to look weak in front of the big public, like just saying something, right? The Rengar was a huge mistake, but they refused to admit it and it was just permabanned, right? So that's a big issue. Here, they instantly admitted mistake, which is good. They didn't let it linger up until real season and then wait until like halfway through season, then change it, and then the entire competitive integrity of the ladder dies because you let people climb with bullshit system, right? So you're trying to change stuff in preseason and they're so agile. I really love this. They're super swift. And I think, this is my reasoning here, objective voting should be something like objective references like in Apex. So I mean, I draw a lot from Apex every time I comment on this, but I think Apex system is really good because you don't need nasty pop-ups coming in. All you need to do is like have like a either default announcer say
dragon is spawning in 45 seconds
or some bullshit. I hate the league announcer. They can definitely do better. Dota did it way better. But yeah, you could do that, or you can have your champion like time to move, you know, like you can have specific voice lines for objectives and stuff like that. You can sell voice line packs. You buy a void announcer and then void announcer will tell you when the dragon is spawning 45 seconds before. All right, so it's just to like remind you, you don't need to vote some bullshit vote that nobody follows through because the game is ever changing. You just need a reference to it, and I think that's a good change. So all in all, as much as we are critical of them, I think we're truly like moving in a good direction. They're trying to make the game tankier. They clearly want to make the game tankier, shown by the buffs here. They're buffing a bunch of tanks which are I think quite frankly going to be broken. Like something like Zac is going to be broken, Sion is going to be broken. All that is going to go crazy, so crazy, like off the charts crazy. I think mage items need an update, as I mentioned before. We are nerfing jungle, and now impact will kind of shift across the map. It's not going to go to mid lane again, this impact, but it's going to be shifted from jungle, which is really good. So I think this is amazing. I think the changes are going to be good, and I can't wait what season 13 has in store. And as long as they don't mess with how matchmaking works, how MMR works, as long as they don't change that bullshit mid-season and kill the competitive integrity, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm very hopeful about this. They're filling me with a lot of hope, and I feel like they're passionate about what they're changing. So this is great. This is really good. Props to Riot for this. Let's see what comes after.